Welcome. Next stop, the Fashion Bunker. Please sit back, relax and enjoy your journey.
Hello? Hello, everybody. Peace, 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 peace. Welcome to the Saturday live stream. Hello, T-Pal, Corey K, Grant Ramirez, Teresa McGuire, Kev, Jeanette Freeland, The Nectarine Man, Rhea Hortari. Who else is there? Corey K, with love, Triwa Lee Chin, James Stansfield, Andrea Myers, Shunashi Vasquez, Natasha B, Frozen Luxury, and gosh, we're like 100 people. How many people are we there? Debbie, hey girl, good morning. Maldol, Shikma, please send fruit gummy. Thumb up the live stream, you guys. Let's get to 100 likes. And for the rewatch crew, whoever's watching after the live stream is over, be sure to leave in the comment section down below the timestamp and the title of the topic that begath and when it begath, so that I can generate chapters eventually, thanks to you guys. So thank you for your help and love and support. Thumb up the video. Jack's Bag Attack, hey sweetie, Natalie Dietz, Corey K again, Marina, Caroline Nedwab, Elijah Ramirez, and Miss Jelly, Tina, Carla, Debbie again, Sunset Moonlight, how's it going? Aw, thank you, Debs, pretty sweater. Yes, we are Channeling today. Again, this is Karl Lagerfeld's last cruise collection, La Pausa, before he left us. And it's a nice little warm cashmere cardigan with cute little rubberized Chanel buttons. They're like soft to the touch. They're super cute. And I want to say I have a little bit of the sniffles today, so bear with me if I kind of have to blow my nose from time to time, trying to fight this cold that's trying to get me, but I'm trying to run away from it. Like Debbie would say, run to the hills, run to the mountains. Sunset and Moonlight, hi Jacob and everyone. So happy to be here from the start of the live. Legendary legend, Shallow. And I'm also really happy to have you all here with me. T-Pal, are you here? Parisian vibes, yes. And the best Les Eaux fragrances were also promoted on the back. Look, Deauville, Biarritz, Venice are all stitched in the back. T-Pal, can I read the DM you sent me? Can I read it out loud? I need your permission. Good. We're going to do this. All right. So you guys, I just want to mention something right at the beginning while I have all of y'all's attention. Last live stream, we reviewed the Louis Vuitton men collection for fall-winter 24. Pharrell's latest shenanigan, and I criticized that collection. I was then criticized by people telling me that I'm racist because I dared criticize a man of color. Just to be very clear, I did not criticize a man of color. I criticized somebody who does not belong in the world of fashion as a creative director, in my humble opinion. And just on top of that, let me add something. Of all the pale, pig-skinned colored white people like me out there that are doing fashion reviews, nobody has dared to criticize Daniel Bradbury, whatever the hell his name is, the guy who's at Elsa Schiaparelli, the son of a preacher man from Texas. I'm the one who's been criticizing him from day one. The guy is white. Demna Gvasalia at Balenciaga, the guy is white. I've been criticizing him since day one, since even before the kid scandal. Alessandro Michele, from day one at Gucci, I was like, this guy does not belong at Gucci. Criticizing from day one. Riccardo Tisci for Givenchy. I thought that was the worst piece of trash anybody could have done for Givenchy. Was the only one who kept criticizing him. And I warned everybody, once he leaves Givenchy, Givenchy is over because he messed it up so bad. This brand is going to need decades to recover because of the shit that he designed. Maria Grazia Chiuri, another white, another white woman at Dior. From day one, I've been criticizing her. So don't you come for me telling me that I'm sitting here criticizing a black dude. No, it's not going to fly. Not on my watch. Another issue that I have with the Pharrell collection Fall-Winter 2025, and it's a major concern of mine, is what I saw as alleged or potential exploitation and cultural appropriation of, now T-Pal, help me out here. Am I supposed to say Indians? Am I supposed to say Native Americans? T-Pal happens to be Native American. And people did not care about me mentioning in that review. I find it very concerning that Louis Vuitton with Pharrell are utilizing indigenous Native American, thank you T-Pal, utilizing the music, the designs, the patterns of indigenous Native and Native American folk. Now, a couple of black people came for me because all they care for is how dare a white person say anything about Pharrell. This doesn't fly anymore. I'm sorry. This has nothing to do with race. This has to do with somebody who is utilizing somebody else's culture for the gain of a multinational. And everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion, obviously. My issue is this: focus on what is important. Okay? Focus on what is important. People are not focusing on what is important. They're coming for me saying, you can't even afford that stuff from Louis Vuitton and yet you dare criticize it. They're telling me this while I am reviewing the show dressed from head to toe in Chanel and Hermes. Telling me I can't afford Louis Vuitton. Telling you that you can't afford Louis Vuitton because you are also watching my video and you are also agreeing with me in the comments. This person on their Instagram only wears wigs from Party City and dares come from... Anyway, that's neither here nor there. T-Pal then gets in touch with me. Well, I get in touch with T-Pal anyway through Instagram. And I just want to read this because this is what I'm talking about. What I'm about to read to you now, listen carefully. This is what I'm talking about when I voice concern about the type of aesthetic that Pharrell is using at Louis Vuitton for this cowboy/Indian collection, or however he wants to call it. So T-Pal T-Pal, how do we do this? So T-Pal's tribe also owns a cloth company. And this is really important. So Teton Trade Cloth is my own tribal company. I'm reading now because T-Pal said I'm allowed to read it. T-Pal sent me this message. And yes, I will prompt you now to say, you want fabulous fabrics? You purchase them directly from Teton Trade Cloth. Okay, from this tribe. You do not go to brands that appropriate it. No. We're going to go to the source. And here T-Pal is telling us, Teton Trade Cloth is my own tribal company. We bought this business a few years ago from some non-natives, white dudes, who the natives were getting upset with because they were passing themselves off as being indigenous by wearing full regalia attire. Although they never claimed native heritage, it was clear of the exploitation, and therefore the company, which was very popular on the northern continent, started losing their fan base. So my tribe stepped in, and we have turned it around, sourcing all of our trade cloth and to be manufactured here in the USA by the American Woolen Company, which we own stock in now and will hopefully buy it out one day. We have a 4,300-acre ranch in Kansas, and we are going to be raising sheep as a source of wool. As a Native American and tightly woven into the fabric of the indigenous community, I am saddened that some of the people who want to make it big within the community, there's a longer conversation here, are being exploited still to this day. Making any Native American outfit, whether traditional or contemporary, takes many hours, and sourcing the proper materials is hard and expensive. I'm sitting on a box that just arrived today from my own Teton trade cloth business that was shipped on December 26, 2023, and I could not complete my granddaughter's regalia outfit that she needs for a children's powwow dance until it arrived, as the fabrics in the shipment needed for ribbon-making designs and cannot be sourced elsewhere that I know of or desire to buy from. I will always support NA businesses, Native American businesses. This is my tribe. This is our company. Many Native businesses are trying to compete with us, but it is our trade cloth that is worn in all powwows across the nation and in Canada. Teton trade cloth by, do I say Lenape or Lenape? Delaware tribe of Indians. I am going to show you a couple of pictures. And look at this moire fabric. It's so gorgeous. Take screenshots. Hold on, let me mark this. Order from them. Purchase from them. Support them. This is who you buy from. This is who you buy from. This is who you support. This is who you show love to. This is a community that needs your support. Louis Vuitton does not need your support. They need your support. They're not begging for nothing, honey. I'm going to show you more pictures. They know what they're doing. The quality and the artistry and the craftsmanship. You should be so lucky to have these pieces, not the other way around. Okay? So I asked, like, oh, so Teton Trade belongs to you? And then Tipa says, yes, our tribe owns it 100%. We are a poor tribe, unable to have a casino, as we live in the Cherokee Nation boundaries, and we have a treaty with them that has stipulations that we are bound to. When we were able to get TTC, it opened up a new world for us, and we couldn't be more proud. But it's people like this influencer. I can't read the whole. That wants to tear down Lauren Goodday, that's another person we were talking about earlier, just to make coin, is what happens when we forget to stay with our traditions. I feel there is more to the story with Lauren Goodday. That's another lady we were talking about earlier. Native American artists struggle to be seen, and when we are, it is always under negative circumstances. Thank you again for speaking the truth. I fully support you, T-Pal. I know you are busy, but when you have time, I wanted to share a few photos with you of the projects I'm currently working on. My granddaughter is 10 now and has been dancing since she was 3. Her first outfits, the jingle dress in teal and the day dress in gray, are hanging on the wall being deconstructed, as all of the real silver brooches that were sewn on have to go on her new outfits. The bins have 4 total regalia outfits in them that have to be sewn before March 28th, including moccasins. I'm a very busy person with powwow regalia, and this is just for my personal family. It can take me months, sometimes, just to gather materials, sit down, and make or colorway to match the already made shawls, feather prayer fans, and head ribbon ornaments. Beading the appliques and making ribbon patterns takes months to do. The cutting and sewing of the fabric is hard to do for children as they grow each season, so you have to make sure they can grow into their garments to get at least 2 seasons out of them. So I'm going to show you the photos. Tipal, can I show these photos? Yes, okay, perfect. I'm saving them. Okay, I will not show the front children. I will not show any faces, so don't worry. I will not show any personal. I will show the photo from the back, though, where nobody is identifiable, okay? Protecting your identity. Hold on. All right, so here we have T-Pal is sending us the green screen. So annoying. Okay, well, that's a green paper, but here we have, you can almost see everything minus the green paper. Work in progress, baby. Look at this beauty. Everything done by hand, you guys. Every single bead, every single stitch, every single piece has to be attached individually, piece by piece, slowly, meticulously, with a lot of discipline and a lot of patience. Oh, this one is so beautiful. I love this gray with the red and the heart shape. Sorry guys with the green screen again. I'm gonna tilt it a little bit. And now this is my green screen being a problem right now, but you can see, right? Linda says absolutely stunning. Vicent says, lovely work, you're very talented. You would be supporting that business, Nectarine. Oh my gosh. And here's more details, sewing machine, getting ready, working on it, details, 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 work, 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 work. Tipa says she was 3.5 years old in that dress. More pieces, details, or, oh my God, you guys, the green screen. Why is it even, the wall isn't even, hold on, maybe. No, it's better now. Everything done by hand. Look at this. This is work, you guys. Teresa says, I know how hard this is to do. It took me a month sometimes to make my daughter's powwow costume. Your work is beautiful, T-Pal. Teresa says, I'm actually 50% Cherokee and 25% African American and 25% white, so I'm quite a mix of heritages. Wow, Teresa, that's amazing. And I will show you just the back so we cannot recognize who it is in the photo. Cha, the green screen. But look at this beauty. Ah, the details. Stunning. 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 This is what I'm talking about. That's what we support, okay? Now, Now let me get to the Teton trade cloth by, do I pronounce it Lenape or Lenape? Reproduction trade cloth and trade beads. It's at www.tetontradecloth.com. Okay, so here, hold on. Can you see it like this? Let me see. I'm going to take a screenshot and then zoom it in for you guys. TetonTradeCloth.com. Go to the website. At Teton Trade Cloth by Lenape, we are literally searching the world over to bring the finest in materials for the creation of heirloom quality American Indian artwork. We are proud to offer 100% wool trade cloth, trade beads, and other rare finds. Lenape. Thank you, T-Pal. Lenape. Teton Trade Cloth sells to the public, says T-Pal. So, go to the website www.tetontradecloth.com. Take a screenshot if you need to. www.tetontradecloth.com. Check out the website. Period. That's what I'm talking about. This is what we do. Okay? Louis can keep making their speedies and their travel luxury. We love, travel accessories. We love them for that. But Louis, let Native Americans make Native American fashion. You don't need to elbow your way in. You don't need to bully your way through. You don't need that. You have enough money. You have enough power. You have enough billions. You have enough already. You don't need to appropriate this. You don't need to take these people's art and profit off of it. You don't need that. Do something else. Do what you're good at. Keep making your plastic. Keep making your monogram canvas. Keep making your wallets. Keep making your trunks. Keep doing what you do. All right? You don't need to do this. Let the people who actually own that culture and that tradition, let them live off of that. That is theirs. You do your trunks. Let them do their thing. It's that simple. You're rich enough. You got enough money. And if I come to criticize an artistic director at Louis Vuitton for doing such things, you do not come for me telling me I'm racist. You come to me saying, thank you for opening my eyes. Now, how can I get in touch with actually Native American artistry, culture, people making clothes? And then I tell you. And then we move it we move it up a notch. We evolve. We learn. That's the conversation we should be having. That's the conversation. Instead of, oh, well, I checked out your Instagram, Jacob. You have like no style, and you couldn't even afford the stuff from Louis Vuitton. I don't know in which cultural or lack thereof environment you come from. It doesn't work on me. Okay, this attitude of trying to belittle someone by telling them that they cannot afford something. Where do you live? Honey, this faggot has been around the block a couple of times, and shit like that don't fly with me. Poverty is something to not be ashamed of, first of all. And if you are trying to make me or any one of my viewers feel ashamed because of lack of budgeting and lack of money, and you think that's something to be ashamed of, the only thing that shows us is your poverty of the soul. Because if you think that that's going to fly here, you got another thing coming. So, now, Debbie says the whole theme was disturbing of that collection. Hey, Tanisha, how's it going? So I'm super glad everybody's loving the website. The blankets are amazing. The shoes are amazing, says Donna Mazzotti. Natasha B says the blankets are amazing. BF says, on the site and ordering a blanket right now. You go. There you go, guys. Love the tote bag, says Rhea. Not in this bunk, says Natasha. There you go. Tipa says we're just getting started. This is what influencers should do. This is what influencers should do. Influencers should not be sitting here telling you to buy a freaking bag organizer or that fake jewelry that everybody's like telling you to buy. Like, seriously. This is how you influence. You help freaking communities. This is how it works. So please go support TPAL and this wonderful, wonderful endeavor. Period. It's that simple. Mandy Bishop says, but y'all don't think this was celebrating that look? If they didn't like it, they wouldn't use it. Mandy, they liked it and they used it. Actually, you said it. They used it. Yes, they did. They used it. They used it and they will profit from it. By they, who are we talking about here? Louis Vuitton and all of the people that are working with and for Louis Vuitton. They are using it and they are profiting off of it. Yes. You see what the problem? You see the problem? You see what the problem is by just saying, yeah, they just used it. Debbie says, yeah, used, exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing. Hi, MC. How's it going, sweetie? Tipa says the band Mumford & Sons was complicit too. So, just FYI, this is something I believe in. And I'm supporting TPAL, and that's that. Also, FYI, I'm not sponsored by TPAL in no way, shape, or form. So I'm not paid to say this in any way, shape, or form. Nor will I lie to you like some influencers do and say, I'm not sponsored, but at the bottom of this video, you're going to find an affiliate link for a coupon code. And if you use my name, you're going to get 20%. No, none of that. None of that. Just FYI. Okay? So just to be very, very clear. This is who you support. You know. T-Pal says, there is way more to the story than what Jacob reported. Cultural appropriation is big business and exploitation is the norm for these big corporations. Of course. Of course. I call them like I see them. Day by day, step by step. I've been around the block a couple of times. I'm also very well aware that we cannot change the world in one day. Okay. We pick and choose our battles. We stick to what we know. We stick with who we love. And that's how we take it, day by day. You know, day by day, step by step. This is a step. We made a step. We raise awareness, bit by bit. Period. Hey, Bilbo Fraggins, how's it going? T-Pal says, I believe this is the first time I have ever mentioned our tribe's business on this channel. Yes, T-Pal, it is. And it's about time. So I'm super glad that you DM'd me with all the deets and the info. So there you go, guys. Once again, Teton Trade Cloth by Lenape. www.tetontradecloth.com. I'm going to show it one more time. Check out the website. Order the wonderful stuff. tetontradecloth.com. They sell to the public. Take a screenshot. Check out the website and support. Show some love. All right. I hope we're on the same page with this. T-Pal says, thank you, Dave. No, T-Pal. Thank you. Thank you for opening eyes. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks to the Fashion Bunker, because you people are amazing. It's with the heart that we react. Period. We got 104 likes. That's amazing, you guys. 200 people watching. Let's get to 200 likes. And let's get more topics rolling. Hey, Didi Bean, T-Pal, do you have an Instagram? T-Pal does have an Instagram. I don't know if T-Pal wants to share the Instagram. The CEO is going to drop her beads when I tell her you gave TTC a shout out. Babes, are you kidding me? I mean, and this was improvised because like literally you guys, T-Pal just sent me the DMs like half an hour before the show started. So I did not have the time to actually prepare properly pictures to blend in here, you know. T-Pal, but we can do this next time. You can send me like, pardon me, you can send me pictures you want to officially show, and then I can prepare them in time and blend them in here, you know what I mean? Like not just lift an iPad, but I can, because you guys, this happened like literally half an hour ago. So it was hard, very last minute, but we can prepare a little better presentation next time, and I can like have a little, you know, if T-Pal sends me a set of pictures and stuff you want me to show, and I'll show it here, you know what I mean? Oh yes, Debbie, thank you. Yes, T-Pal, share anything you want on Discord. We can also make a special channel on Discord for you if you want, you know? So yeah. Of course, Discord, we can make a special channel, and then send me the whatever pics, you know, like pictures you want me to show, and then the next live stream we can do a proper like a proper like a show reel, you know. I can show like every picture one after the other, and we can show all the work you want me to show, and then with the proper, you know, put the proper like website down here. Of course, are you kidding me? Come on, it's the least I can do. Oh, Didi Bean, my love. Oh, Didi. Oh, sweetie. Didi's like, I have goosebumps and tears in my eyes. Yes, Jacob, yes, make a channel for her. Of course. You can do it right now on Discord. Yes, hold on a second. How do I... Let me make a channel. So T-Pal, should we make a channel under fashion and luxury? Or do you want, what do we have here? TV, movies, Instagram, books, makeup, skincare, perfume. So should should I put you want to be under fashion and luxury? I'll put you under fashion and luxury. And I'll put you under Teton trade cloth. Lenape. It's done. Now you have an official channel on Discord in the Fashion Bunker. The Fashion Bunker Discord officially welcomes a new fashion and luxury channel, Teton Trade Cloth Lenape. It's right there, guys. So, yes. They're all in chronological order, by the way. You know, so every time I add a new fashion brand, it's at the bottom. That's how it goes. It's not alphabetical order. And there you go. So T-Pal, whatever you want to post in Teton Trade Cloth, you know, photos, write a text or whatever, or you guys, if the stuff that you ordered, if you want to share the pictures of the blankets or whatever you ordered and you're wearing it, you can also post it there in that channel. And then, you know, maybe T-Pal can also, maybe, you know, some of the photos are cool and maybe T-Pal can also use them to promote the business further, to post on the website or on Instagram. You know what I mean? This is how it is. That's what social media should be for. It's social for a reason. Social media. You know what I mean? And Corey, yeah, for sure. If you ordered fabrics from their website, yes, post it in the Tito. Yeah, you say, hey guys, I just got, you know, the Teton fabrics and I made this out of them, and you post a picture. Yeah. Oh, Vicente, you ordered a blanket. Fabulous. Oh, that is awesome, you guys. So it really warms my heart. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that the community actually moves for a righteous cause. Now we're going to replay Rachel's super chat because Rachel in the pre-show, yes, we are coming out of an almost 4-hour pre-show live stream, which was exclusive to Tier 2 members and Tier 2 patrons. And Rachel sent us a super chat in the pre-show. So let's play it again. There it is.
Rachel KNG donated $10. Hi, Jacob.
Hi, Rach. How's it going, sweetie? Thank you so much. Rachel gave us the tippity tippy tip, tip, tippity tippy tip, tip. Thank you, Rachel. Papa Cherry. Whew. And of course, I was freezing and now I'm sweating. This is how a hoe goes. Let me take the sweater off. Oh, Andy, thank you so much. Andy just ordered a blanket. Yes. Cha, T-Pal, are you selling out? There's like nothing left. T-Pal girl, okay. Is the stock depleted? T-Pal is like, oh damn, what are we gonna do over here? We gotta make more blankets. You know what, Corey? That's a really, really cool thing to make coats with the blankets. Hey, Don Donuts, how's it going, sweetie? Thank you, Deka, for bringing this issue to our attention. Grace Chen, I say thank you to T-Pal for bringing this to my attention because Joyful Remorse, where to buy, I missed it. Oh, Linda, my love, thank you so much.
Linda's donated $50. I would not follow you if I thought you were racist. Keep being you.
Oh, thank you so much, my love. I'm going to pop the cherry in just a second. Let me just show Joyful Remorse. Teton Trade Cloth by Lenape, tetontradecloth.com. Here, let me... Right there. You see it? www.tetontradecloth.com. Okay, did you see that? Okay, Joyful Remorse saw it, yeah. And here it is. That's the logo, you guys. Teton Trade Cloth by Lenape. All right, you guys. Oh, Terry, my love. Let me pop 2 cherries.
Teresa McGuire donated $100. You are the best, Jacob. Thank you for all you do for your members.
You guys, I love you, everybody. Let me pop 2 cherries. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, what was the first cherry? Let me see. Linda. Listen, Linda. Linda S. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Linda. Hit it, Bubbles.
Mm.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. And Terry just had a birthday. Terry. Recuperated from the birthday. Oh, we got another one.
BF donated $10. Thank you for your support of Native Americans over LV appropriation. Love you for this.
Oh, thank you so much. Listen, it's the least I can. Are you kidding me, you guys? Mentioning this here in the community? I'm seriously, this is no work. This is like, it goes without saying. You know what I mean? It's period. It has to be done. Period. So, Terry, thank you, Terry. Terry just survived a birthday. Hit it, babes. Yes, Quinn. And now, oh, sorry, my hair just got all tangled up. And now, who's next? What was the next one? BF, just tippy tip, just the tip, and here it goes. Boop. Yes, thank you guys so much. We'll go. So, there you have it. And now let's do a stupid topic, because because, you know, it wouldn't be the fashion bunker if we wouldn't throw some shade at first world problems. Let's talk about Arnie. Arnie. Oh my god. Oh, Mergerd. Jacob, sorry that there was shade thrown at you by some trolls. Oh, Grace Chen. Yeah, it's like we deal with it on a daily basis. What can I tell you? It is what it is. You know what I mean? All right, made it for the stupid. Right, Jolie? You best believe. So, yeah. We'll go, babes. All right, let's do this. So, thumb up the live stream, by the way, if you just tuned in. Hi, everybody. Jacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. So, Arnold Schwarzenegger and luxury watches, luxury fashion, tens of thousands of dollars, darling. And all for what? To end up in jail in the slammer at Munich airport in Germany? Arnie, what were you doing? Long gone are the days when we heard you say during Celebrity Apprentice, "To the chopper." Well, to the chopper, to the slammer they sent you, Arnie. But what happened? Arnie, were you smuggling luxury from America into Europe? Naughty, naughty boy. Let's touch. Let's see what will go. First, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Super Deco all spelled together there as well. Thank you to my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the fun. Hi, chats. Let's blend in Arnie. This is from Arnie's Instagram. Arnold Schwarzenegger with a pig and a dog. And a watch. Now, you listen to this. I don't know. This is such a crazy story. I don't know who is worse here. Arnie trying to smuggle a watch in or German police like capturing. He was just in transit, by the way. Like he was on his way somewhere to Austria, I suppose, and he flew over Munich. He flew from LA to Germany to switch planes and then keep on flying wherever he needed to fly. But Munich detained him. The Munich Customs Police detained good old Arnie. And I don't really know how this went down, but you can imagine the situation. So, from several articles that I have read, he was wearing, maybe not this watch, but some like really expensive watch. The watch is apparently worth $50,000 dollars or euro. Well, I don't know. Let's just say euro. And he was wearing it on his wrist. Now, how did the customs officers see him wearing the watch on his wrist? Like, because, so what his people claim, and everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts, everything's alleged and just my opinion. So what his team claims is that watch, he was bringing it into Europe to auction it off at a charity event to benefit Arnold Schwarzenegger's charity for something. All right. But what Germans claim, customs, is that he did not file the paperwork to import such a luxurious and expensive piece of art, or I don't know, watchmaking? I mean, is that art? I guess. Sure. I guess watchmaking is an art. And I actually have the brand of the watch, and no, I don't. And no, it blocked me. Great. It's like, you've read this article once already, you can't read it twice. Okay. Thank you. Oh, no, I have it. The watch is, oh my God, Arnie is 76 years old. Way to go. You look great for 76. Silver Fox. Audemars Piguet. The Swiss watchmaker Piguet made the watch for Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was custom made for the actor to be auctioned off at the event. Now, the bid for the watch was supposed to start at 50,000 euro. Now, here's where the thing gets really funny. Arnie's team claims that Germans were completely messy. They did not know what they were doing. They apparently, according to Arnie's team, they did not tell him that he has to declare customs on the watch. They did not give him any paperwork to file on the plane as he was flying into Europe. And furthermore, once he was detained because of the watch, how did it all go down? He was like, you know what, just let me pay. I will pay what you need me to pay. I don't know how to do his accent. But anyway, so they bring in a card reader so that he can swipe his credit card. And so apparently it didn't work. So they're charging him several thousands of euros. And he's swiping the card and the machine is not working. And this is all what I gather from the article. And I read the article from, I don't know, what was the globalnews.com. So then he's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Like, take my credit card and charge me whatever you need to charge me and let me go. I don't want to deal with this shit. You know what I mean? And they're like, no, you know how Germans are, you have to, you know, you want a party pooper? Deal with Germany, okay? And then they tell him, we need the money. So he's like, well, what do you want me to do? And they're like, let's go. And this was on the weekend. And they said, we're going to drive you to a bank. They drove him. So he's in custody. They drove him to a bank so that he can go to an ATM machine to withdraw the cash to give to the customs authority, because they're not letting him go, you guys. Reyes says German customs rule is that you have to pay at least 50% of the amount in cash. Well, that's not what this article claims. This article claims that they allowed him to pay everything by swiping the card. The machine did not work. So they drove him, again, as per this article, they drove him to the bank. This is on a weekend. The ATM machine did not allow for such a big withdrawal. It didn't work. So it did not work. Since it was the weekend, the bank was closed. So he couldn't enter the bank to talk to the people working in nothing. So now the customs are stuck with Arnie in a car. The bank is not working. They've lost already, I don't know, 3-4 hours. They get contacted by the customs at the airport again, saying, hey, we organized the new card reading machine. So then they drive back to the airport, bring him back into custody in the customs section. And they're like, okay, now let's do it now. And he's like, okay. He swipes the card and it goes through. It worked. He finally paid after so many hours. And then, as if that were not enough, all these people that were really annoying him, they then asked him if they can take pictures with him because he's a celebrity. And he obliged because he's Arnie. Well, you know, Arnie's gonna, of course, Arnie. You know, we love Arnie. And then he took pictures, allegedly. He took pictures with them. And so now here is what Arnie's people say, and we quote, "The officers failed to use a credit card machine for an hour until they gave up and brought Arnold to a bank and asked him to withdraw cash at an ATM. The ATM they brought him to had a limit too low and the bank was closed. When we returned, a new officer brought a new credit card machine that worked." In general, personal possessions are exempt from duties. But Arnold has not personally publicly responded or commented on this incident. So all we know is from hearsay, right? And this was all for a charity, by the way. So they did not make, I mean, how do you stop a person at customs because they're wearing a watch? How do you know? Like how? How did it even happen? How did they even tell him oh, you over there. Oh, T-Pal says someone ratted him out? I don't know. But his pig is actually adorable, says Teresa. It's super cute. The dog is adorable too. And I love the boots. So Teresa says he should not have to pay on his personal watch. Ridiculous. Maybe he was just really, really honest. And he said, oh, this watch, I'm bringing it because, I'm going to auction it off for a charity. And then they said, oh, You're gonna auction off? No, no. So the watch stays in Europe. Then we're gonna charge you a little bit as well. Yeah. So thank you, Germany. For always being a sunshine. Yay! You really did something there. So anyway, Natasha says I met him in October. He's super nice. He's a talker in a good way. Oh, there you go, Natasha. Thank you for the intel. So, Finley says, yes, the larger implications here. How are they deciding who to stop for what thing they are wearing? It's difficult. I guess you got to prove. If they ask you, like, are you going to keep the watch in Europe? And you say no, then they're like, okay, well, prove to us that you paid for it in your country. Or who knows? I mean, if the watchmakers made the watch, this is not the watch, but I don't know what watch it is. But if you know how it is, because like if a big brand, luxury brand, gives you a gift, they make something for you, and they don't declare that they are paying the taxes for it, then technically you have to pay the taxes for it yourself, but that's in your own country. So let's say he was gifted a watch by Piguet in America, and he did not declare to Piguet that he might not show it publicly. If you say to the brand, I might not find the time to show it publicly, then technically you don't have to pay taxes. It's a little bit complicated. But if they made it for him and gifted it to him and he did not make that sort of statement, then technically he needs to pay taxes for it, because also Piguet can go to the tax authorities and say, look, we made this really expensive watch. It's a loss for us in terms of we gave it to someone, so we can deduct that costs that we incurred in manufacturing this watch from our overall yearly win. So, of course, if you go to the tax authorities and you say, well, I'm deducting the money from this, then the tax authorities are going to be like, because of who are you deducting them? Oh, because of Arnie? Well, let's go to Arnie, then he's going to have to pay those taxes. So this is the interesting thing. And it's America also, not Germany. So you tell me, should they have just let him go, or did they do the right thing to block Arnie, sequester Arnie, detain him, and get the money, honey, get the coin, get the coin. Apparently he left with the watch. He just paid them and he was free. Let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love, and subscribe, thumb up the video. Bye. Mahora says not on Arnie's watch. German customs is so sober. As bad as US customs at the north and south borders. Everywhere else has been lovely. It is weird. It seems a bit extra. It's money, baby. All about the money, honey. So, oh, Mauro, thank you so much, Mauro.
Mauro Hamida donated $10. Not much into fashion but love the long sessions. Relaxing. Respect the technique. My lady Gigi says hi.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Mauro. And thank you so much to Lady Gigi. Thank you, sweetie. Here's to Mauro and Lady Gigi. Thank you for supporting the bunker. Hit it, Bubbles. Oh, those kisses. Oh, those kisses. Bubbles is loaded with kisses. Hey, Ron Swanson. Kev says, are we sure it was not part of his new movie? That's a good one. Could be. His boots are Pharrell for Louis Vuitton. Cha, frozen luxury. Teresa says, yeah, you are right, Caro. He didn't make any profit on it. Was for charity, so technically should have been exempt. But German customs are known money grabbers. I've had family that had issues with them. Yeah. Oh, Finley, you going good night? Good night, Finley. Honestly, his team should have organized everything. That's kind of a good point, Grant. But his team claims allegedly that German customs did not demand this from them ahead of time or blah blah blah. allegedly everything. Hi, Heaven. How's it going? So anyway, that's that. And I have a little bit of gossipy news. Che from And Just Like That. Sarah Ramirez as Che from And Just Like That. They have been cut out of season 3. Well, I never. Well, I never. And so this came as a bit of a, well, not really surprise to me because Che was, not liked by many people. I was fine with Che personally. But but the amount of criticism that Che got in season 1, I was kind of surprised that Che was still there in season 2. But Che was there in season 2. But then they broke off with Miranda, and then here's the weird thing, and this really irks me because they made it political. You know how Hollywood is, so annoying. So because Sarah Ramirez apparently, so they're stating. Sources are stating that Sarah Ramirez got the boot from And Just Like That season 3 because of what they claimed on social media about certain political happenings in the world. Catch my drift? So apparently, Sarah was cut out because of the political statements that they were making. But it would appear that they were cut because too many people watching the show were complaining that this non-binary character was just too much for them. In other words, people are very conservative and don't want to see their Sex and the City girls fiddle and diddle the skittle with characters that are like non-binary. But obviously, the showrunners could not cut Che out officially for those reasons, because that would be terrible. Like, what a way to step 10 steps back towards the Middle Ages again. So they had to, I guess, find allegedly everything. A different reason to cut Che, and then they were like, oh, well, it's because of the political statements that they made. So this means two things. And Just Like That season 3 is coming, and Che is not going to be in it. There you go. Natasha B said Samantha had a girlfriend. Yes, but Samantha did not have a boyfriend that used to be a girl. And also, Natasha, don't forget that for Sex and the City standards, girl on girl, that's very much the heterosexual male dream of watching certain movies and having girl on girl action. That's allowed. But if one of the two girls is non-binary, that becomes a problem for certain people. You know what I mean? Hi, Jacob. Hi, Caroline. Yes, you missed the Arnie bit. Exactly. T-Pal. Just like that, they gone. And just like that, Che was no mo. So now, people will be complaining. Certain groups are gonna say, I'm never gonna watch it Just Like That again. That's not me. I'll keep watching. I'll keep criticizing. Che did not make the show. First of all, I was, not having Samantha in the show was an issue, but Samantha came back in season 2. So, you know what I mean? Listen, in my opinion, it was too graphic. Only Samantha could do no wrong. But that makes no sense. How can Samantha do no wrong and everything else was too graphic? How? I don't think that's a fair assessment. I don't think that's fair, you guys, because I don't think that's fair. I think they really, really pushed the envelope. They thought the audiences were ready. They miscalculated because apparently, most of the Sex and the City audiences are still conservative. They did not expect that. They thought that Sex and the City audiences are going to be more progressive and modern thinking. No, they're not. Uh, you know, and that's that. You know, it's sad because I mean, yeah, people should get over their discomfort. I agree with you, Jesse J. But apparently the numbers, like the amount of criticism was so big that they were like, okay, we're gonna. Technically, Che already broke up with Miranda in season 2, so that storyline was over. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen characters before, and just like that, we've seen characters in Sex and the City that would date one of the 4 girls, and then they would break up, and then this character would be gone for like 3 seasons. And then this character would come back again in another season, you know what I mean? Remember Chip or Skip with Miranda also was like they were dating, then she left him, and then he came back in another season. So who's to say, you know? But technically, these love affairs of the main girls, the main 4 girls who are now the main 3 girls, well, now it's more than 4. Technically, it's 5 well, it was 6 of them. Well, Shay is not a girl. So, but the girls are now 6. Without Shay, it's 6 girls. Like the 6 main girls, right? Some of them are married. Okay, so they stick to the guys that they're together with. But the other ones are dating on and off. So who's to say? Shay might come back, right? Well, Corey, if they broke up, then there was no reason for them to be in the series. They were trying to make Che a regular so that we start following who Che is going to date next. And in fact, in season 2, we were seeing Che starting to date the other, my God, I don't know what pronoun to use. The other person, the person with the shaved head. And we were, you know, usually when one of the girls breaks up with a guy, Sex and the City does not follow really in detail who else that guy is going to date. And Sex and the City also doesn't really allow that other guy to become friends with another girl from the main cast. But that's what happened with Che. So Che was given their own like storyline. So I don't know. But anyway, Miranda was the annoying one. When is she going to be off the show? Oh, Kev, really? I like Miranda. I really like Miranda. I like Miranda a lot. I think Miranda... This is a very unpopular opinion, but I think Miranda was the best of the main 3 girls. You know, between Carrie and Charlotte and Miranda. I of the 3, I liked Miranda the most. Audrey says it's annoying what happened to Che, but I feel like their storyline has naturally concluded anyway. We saw we saw them walking off into the sunset with that person last season. Yeah. Jesse says Sex and the City was never politically correct. Why would they try to be now when they are in their midlife and owning it? Well, I think a lot of people in their midlife are also very conservative. And don't forget, these ladies have a lot of money in New York. A lot of money. it's like by definition they're conservative. They're trying to kind of be edgy and not conservative, but the only one who's really succeeding is Miranda, because she's like really trying to let go of corporate law and quit all of that, go back to school, start from scratch. She's trying to humble herself. She's very, very humble now. And I think Miranda has had really, she's the only character of the three who has actually progressed, evolved, majorly evolved from Sex and the City into And Just Like That. The other chicks are just, as obnoxious as they were before. But of course I love all of them. Don't get me wrong. I love all my Sex and the City girls. But Miranda is the one that like really has tried to humble herself. Oh, Miss Taffy says she grew and that wonderful, but I don't like her as much as I did. Fair enough, for sure, yeah. Fair enough. 5 Foot Nothing says exactly, her character has developed more than any of the others. Oh, for sure. And I have a sneaky suspicion the only reason why her character developed more than any others is because she's now executive producer of the show. Since the original Sex and the City aired, Cynthia Nixon did come out. She had her coming out officially. Hollywood accepted her as a lesbian, and so being the executive producer now of And Just Like That, I have a sneaky suspicion she was like, I want Miranda to embrace who Cynthia Nixon is. You know what I mean? And I have a feeling, just my opinion here, no facts, obviously. And I think that then they said, yeah, okay, we'll do it. You know what I mean? And Jesse's like, I hope at least they spend that saved money from Che to get Samantha back. Oh, honey, I have a sneaky suspicion Samantha's going to cost a little bit more than Che did. And she co-directed too, Nat. Yeah, she did. Oh, Selena, I agree. Cynthia Nixon in Gilded Age is, boy, she's good. And she came out of Gilded Age season 1 and went into Sex and the City season 2, and Just Like That season 2. And you could see that she still had with her a bit of the character of Gilded Age. That slight more naive way of talking. If you really look at season 2 of And Just Like That, Miranda sometimes looks like the character from Gilded Age. She talks like her even. I love Cynthia Nixon. Really, really. She's a class act. Thumb up the live stream, you guys. We got 300 peeps in the house and we got 165 likes. Let's get to 200 likes. Keep thumbing up. And sorry, I have a bit of the sniffles, so I'm a little bit woo. All right, let's talk about Louis. Louis Vuitton loses a trademark. What's the name of the family? Do I even know? Hi everybody, Jacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. We're going to talk about Louis Vuitton losing a trademark battle of sorts. Oh boy, usually they're used to winning. LVMH does not lose in court because they got the best lawyers. They got pockets that don't have a bottom virtually, and they can, if they really want to, they can keep pushing and pushing till whoever they're suing has no money left. Tale as old as time, baby. And then they say the law is the same, is equal for everyone. I believe it's more the case of George Orwell saying to us, Animal Farm, and I quote, "All animals are equal," but then the pigs at a certain point say, "But some animals are more equal than others." Yeah, that's what I think the law is all about, especially in America. Oh, but this is not an American situation. This is, I think, Great Britain, where Louis Vuitton or LVMH came after a little family, you guys. It's a mom and dad and a child. And the dad, both the dad and the mom had their jobs and businesses before the pandemic. And as the pandemic began, as so many, small businesses struggled, and the businesses they were working for or at ceased to exist. So they had to reinvent themselves. They had to reinvent themselves during the pandemic. And so the wife and the husband joined forces and created a little company called LV Bespoke. You see why LVMH would come after them? Because of the LV. LV Bespoke stands for Victoria and Lawrence Osborne. So Lawrence is the L and the V is for Victoria. That's why we have LV Bespoke. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty right after this. First, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, Super Dacob, all spelled together there as well for extra perks. Thank you to my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the fun. Come join the chats. Hi, chat. Here we go. They opened a little company where they started literally creating objects out of metal, like sculptural objects for the garden. So, for example, if you wanted to commission for your garden a little metal tub, little round one that's hammered by hand with little ornaments, and then you want to plant your rosemary and thyme in it, and you want to use them later to cook, you could buy this little metal thing, ornament for your garden from them. That's literally it. But Mr. Bernard Arnault was like, hold on a minute. No. I am not going to let you do that. You will not do that. Louis Vuitton is only for me. I own the letter L and I own the letter V. Nobody will ever use the letter V and the letter L. They belong to me. Allegedly. Now, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion, okay? Just to be very clear. So, they start this little business during the pandemic, and pretty soon they receive a letter from LVMH. They receive a cease and desist from LVMH, from their lawyers saying, sorry, but your name of your business is too close to Louis Vuitton. People might be confused that your metal garden stuff is from Louis Vuitton. I mean, come on. So, in an interview, the husband and wife were saying, we were thinking, oh boy, if LVMH is coming for us, maybe we should just quit. But then, apparently, they said, I don't think they have grounds to win this battle because we're not doing anything connected to them and we're using the initials of our own names. Let's try to go to court with this. And to court they went. So the trial happened and they won. And this is actually a beautiful story because, and thumb up this video if you're enjoying it. Also, it means the world to me for the YouTube algorithm. They won. So the judge issued a verdict in their favor. And on all accounts, all the accounts that LVMH was like kind of saying like, okay, they should not use LV Bespoke for this reason, on this account, this account, this account. So apparently the judge ruled in the favor of the little family on all accounts. And here's what I found really interesting. And this is the difference, you see. This is the difference between Europe or Great Britain taking somebody to court and America taking somebody to court. When you take somebody to court for this, in Europe, let's say, and you win, there is no, oh my God, moral damages, I need $5 million. None of that. The judge issued them £4,000 damages. That's what LVMH had to pay them. That kind of broke my heart. They were in litigation with them for a long time, right? And they had to pay their lawyers. And I think the 4,000 is like what they had to pay their lawyers at the end of the day. And so LVMH had to pay them £4,000. Maybe the £4,000 were on top of legal fees. This I'm not so sure. From the article, I'm not so sure. But interesting that what they won is 4,000. I'm like, that's not even the price of one Capucine bag at Louis Vuitton. That's peanuts for LVMH. And I mean half a shell of a peanut, not even half a peanut. 4,000 quid. It's super sad. But the family is super nice. They say, we're happy to have won this battle because this can set precedent for also other small businesses in case bigger companies want to bully them into submission, cease and desist. This is a good outcome because it can set precedent for other small businesses. In the meanwhile, listen what happened. They got commissioned to, and this is, only in Great Britain, y'all. King Charles commissioned them, LV Bespoke, to build metal crowns for his garden. And can you believe? So, so what is it? They made metal crowns for Sandringham Estates topiary lawn. I butchered the name. But so King Charles is like, yeah, I want little metal crowns. Camilla, metal crowns, is it, you said? Yes. I'm butchering the accent. Camilla, little crowns. I want them to look like a king's crown. We can plant little plants under the metal crowns, Camilla, in the garden. Fabulous. And Camilla is like, yeah, as long as you keep singing All Hail Regina Camilla, I'm good with it. And so they commissioned these crowns and they made the crowns for the king. That's a huge deal in Great Britain. You know what I mean? Because now they can say by the appointment of His Majesty the King or whatever, however they say it. And that's something. So more power to them, I say. What do you guys think? Are you happy for this little victory? Or do you think they should not have won? Well, we'll go. Let me know your thoughts and prayers down below, darling. And until next time, all hail Regina Camilla. Subscribe and thumb up the video. Bye! Mwah. True. That's great advertising. Great ending, right? Jolie says, there goes Charles again, showing the country the political stance. It's kind of cute that, that the monarchy ordered metal constructions from them for the garden. I think that's kind of cute. They're supporting local businesses. And I think that's what the monarchy should be doing. Was there a troll issue? Really? Where was the troll? Oh, Debbie, did we have another troll? What happened? No, he's not. He's talking. Oh, okay. Okay. And Tashmi says, that's amazing. You start a business during the pandemic, then you're designed for the king. That's the ultimate redemption. Yeah, but it's not like the king paid a lot. You know what I mean? It's more of a, hey, we're going to commission it, but it's also a huge advertisement for them to say, like, you know what I mean? Jolie says, yes, Charles gets slammed by the right for supporting labor. Whatever. I don't think he's allowed to be political, technically, right? So, there you go. So that was a cute little story. I think it's nice when we, even with these little, the little man, when the little man wins one battle, it's cool. I think we should celebrate it. I think it's something worth celebrating. What do you guys think? I don't know. Just my opinion, of course. Now I have a really interesting topic for you. Cha, look at me. I'm like, what the hell is wrong? And the family's super cute. You can see photos online. I can't show you the photos because they're copywritten, but you see the photos with their kid, and they're very proud of their, the things that they make. More power to them, I say, honestly. So anyway. All right. So, yes. I'm getting sick. Let me tell you. I hope I'm going to feel better by Wednesday because where is that photo? Hold on a second. Where is the photo? Okay. Yeah, just getting ready. Don't forget to thumb up the live stream, you guys. Okay, I really took a screenshot here. All right. So, yeah, I do have a honey drink. Thank you, guys. No, I don't think it's candy cane this time. Hey, Zeitgeist. Yeah, I got the sniffles. Oh, Ron Swanson. Okay, Sauvage, you, Jacob. Cha. Okay, Ron is in a pollinating mood. It's oh, I don't do T-Pal. I don't do dry heat. I don't heat the place. I can't breathe. Miss Jelly, I take a lot of zinc. Yes, zinc, vitamin C, a lot of vitamin C. I overdose on vitamin C. I'm taking vitamin D. I'm taking lysine. You guys, I'm stuffed with vitamins and honey and tea. And ginger tea, Gladys. Yes, I do ginger. I was just drinking now ginger tea with honey. Yeah. No. I'm taking care of myself, and I'm eating a lot of fruits every morning. 2 bananas, 2 apples, 4 tangerines. I chop them together. I make myself a nice little fruit salad, and after that, I make myself a tea with honey, and then I do all the vitamins. Yeah. So, but hey, it happens. Got the sniffles. What can I tell you? But vitamins for the no, Zeitgeist. No, I mean I do omega-3 fats, vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc. So I don't know if that contributes, but that's what I do every day. And I mean, I know Mahora was telling me, like, careful with the omega-3, don't take it too long, but I've been reading up on it, and some people say, yeah, it's bad for you if you do all the time. But I don't do more than 100 milligram a day. Oh, Ron, what happened, sweetie? Come on, I messed up. Move along, you saints. What happened? Ron, were you being horny, or what was the problem? Sina says Ron might be the next Tinder swindler. What's going on? Then Audrey said something, and then Ron said, "Oh, okay, Audrey, sorry." So what did Audrey say? Okay, Audrey says, "Thanks for your apology, Ron. Let's just enjoy the stream." All right, you guys. I'm not horny, but I love new. But I'd love new always. What does new mean? I'd love new. Is that an abbreviation of something we're not allowed to say on YouTube? Is that something we're not allowed to say on YouTube? Yes, I do have Vicks Vapor Rub. I have that as well. Yeah, and nose spray. Also cough syrup in case cough. Yeah, I'm, you know. Gladys says, well, I think we all got sick after the Louis Vuitton fashion show. Oh my God, Gladys. You know what? I have a sneaky suspicion we did all get sick after the Louis fashion show. Have you allergy tablets just in case you've reacted to something unusual? I do. I also have antihistamines, yeah. But I don't think this is an allergy. I don't think so. But anyway, let me do this. Hold on. Do I have... Yeah. All right, let's do this topic. Okay. Hi, everybody. Jacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. I have really good news today to share with you. It's a soothing and comforting beacon of some form of light within the luxury fashion world. It's a thin glimmer of hope, but it's there, and it involves Chanel. So, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Super Jacob all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the fun. Come join the chats. Hi, chat. You guys, thumb up this video. Push the notification bell. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. I am so happy to finally, after years of fights and just being so disappointed with Chanel over and over and over again, it seems like something is changing for the better. Now, hear me out. This is going to be a trajectory, okay? It's a cathartic trajectory process. By the way, I'm wearing a Chanel cardigan today and Chanel ring and, Chanel. Oh, where's there it is, little ring. So, celebrating. You know how we were complaining about Chanel's after-sale care, like non-existent basically? We were always focusing on the wrong stuff. Now hear me out on this. People complain about the quality. Some people. There's still some people who don't. But some people still complain about the lack of quality of Chanel leather in their leather bags. I've also received a couple of people complaining to me, people that have good budgets, that are buying Chanel leather clothes, jackets, pants, skirts, saying that it's also not the best. They've had issues lately. And I have received quite a few complaints, including my own personal complaints, when I did have peeling leather issues, cracking leather issues on their bags, and I would bring them into Chanel for repairs. You would wait 4 to 6 months for the bag to return to you, and then it would return to you not repaired. And it's this kind of weird game of them sending it back and forth from the factory back to the boutique to you, and then they're like hoping that you're going to accept the bag, that you're going to get tired of this game. In the meanwhile, prices keep going up, so your bag keeps losing in value. It's just like people are really complaining about their aftercare, leather aftercare service. It's like not really existent and yada yada. Well, since I stopped purchasing their leather goods, last leather bag I bought was around June of 2022. So we are 1.5 years in of me not buying their leather. That is amazing how long and how quickly time passes. But I've not stopped purchasing Chanel. I've just focused on other things that I like more. Their clothing, fine jewelry, perfumes, costume jewelry, more clothing. And I can tell you this. There is where Chanel still shines. Like a bright star. Coincidentally, we have come to a point also where the price increases. Sure, they increase prices all across the board. Their brand increases prices on every product. But they do tend to increase more and quicker their bags that are still quite coveted than they do other products. So while their other products also do go up in price, they don't go up in price so aggressively and so often as their bags do. And also don't forget that their apparel and quite a few pieces of costume jewelry go on sale. 40% off 1 year after the collection has been released, not 6 months later. Chanel has different ways of doing sales than other brands. So, but because the bags have gone up in price so quickly and so often, I have realized and noticed since several months now, every time I go to a Chanel boutique, minus holiday season, okay, Christmas is always messy. But even still, this past holiday season, there was rarely ever a queue in front of Chanel waiting to come in. There is still to this day a queue in front of Louis waiting to come in, not Chanel. Now, after the holiday season has passed, empty. And some people are saying, oh, it's empty, nobody's interested anymore. But I found it fabulous. Now, here's the first point that I find a positive glimmer of hope for Chanel. On one end, yes, prices are going up and it's a little bit snobby of them to do it, but they wanted their boutiques to not be overfilled. They didn't want to have queues of people waiting outside. They didn't want that supermarket vibe. They didn't want masses and masses to buy quickly their products and then sell them pre-loved, diminishing, the desirability of the brand. I understand it in a way. I just wish that with the increase of their prices, their quality would also increase. That's another issue altogether. But one point, now I went into the boutique after holiday season. So we're talking January 2024. So relaxing. I was not pushed. I was not rushed by the sales associate. I sat down, super chill. In the past, my sales associate was so stressed. She would forget sometimes to even offer me a drink. I mean, I'm not talking champagne. I'm saying just a water or I would have to say, I'm really thirsty. She's like, okay, yeah, so sorry. Like super, super busy. Now, super relaxed. Store is empty. You get the whole store to yourself. Hey, you want a drink? We look through the collection together, just like in the good old days. And I've been a client of Chanel for several decades now. So I remember that time. And it felt so good again to be in an empty space where you had time to savor, flavor, taste what this brand can actually do. Time is the biggest luxury. And finally, my sales associate had time again, and we could just sit down and watch the collection, look at stuff, and try things on. And so then I was offered also the Pret-a-Porter sale, and I purchased, and I've unboxed this on my channel a couple of days or weeks ago, depending on when I post this video. This gorgeous Métier d'Art 2022/2023 Le 19M cardigan in a gorgeous burgundy 4-pocket thing with buttons. And it didn't come with extra buttons. Now, I purchased it on sale. And I said, listen, this cardigan doesn't, it doesn't usually, everything that has buttons, like also this piece, it also came with extra buttons. You always get extra buttons. But since that cardigan doesn't have buttons to close the cardigan, it only has buttons on the pockets, it didn't come with extra buttons. And it was on sale. And I said, oh, it would be nice to have extra buttons just in case. And here's where, so first thing, empty store, loved it. They've achieved it. I don't know if they're happy with having empty stores because they're going to earn less money. But me as a client, I adore it. Second thing, she's like, oh, I can order you extra buttons. No worries. I was like, really? Thank you. Because I'm always terrified of losing these buttons. The Chanel button is always a topic. Coincidentally, the Chanel button is also the theme of the upcoming Chanel Haute Couture collection for Spring/Summer 24. It's all about around the button. So you know how important the button is to Chanel. So I say, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. Here, you see the care that goes when you buy clothes, when you buy what Chanel stands for. Chanel always stood for fashion, fabrics, textiles. Chanel is not leather. Some people tend to forget that. The first 255 bag Coco Chanel made was not in leather. It was in jersey and, well, either gros gras interior or a silky satiny interior. No leather was used for the first 255 bag. Leather came later. So Chanel is not known for their leather. Unfortunately, they've become really known for their bags in past years, but due to Karl Lagerfeld, but they really take pride in their clothing. So she was like, of course I'm going to contact Paris and they will send you 2 spare buttons. 1 week later, I get the call. My buttons have arrived. No need to pay anything extra. I'm going to show you the buttons. They arrived, my 2 extra buttons. Look at this little beauty. For my cardigan. They're like little jewels. They're so beautiful. They sent me extra buttons. Even though the item was on sale. No questions asked. So that's the second thing I was shocked. And third thing I was shocked is how, pardon me, how quickly these arrived. It didn't take half a year. It took a week. My buttons were there. Then you guys remember, I hunted down Pre-Loved just a week ago. Just 1 week ago. I look really weird on this screenshot. Doesn't matter. Just a week ago, I hunted down this Cruise 2013. That's 11 years old. This Cruise hair bow that you can also kind of use as a bow for the shirt in Marie Antoinette blue. I purchased this secondhand. There's no authenticity certificate with it. I know my Chanel. Immediately I was like, oh my God, Cruise Collection 2013. It was a steal of a price, wonderful price. And I made a video about this, so you can go check out that video as well. And I bought it and I wore it for last live stream. And the back clip is hand stitched to the silk, and the stitch detached. So it pulled, it broke. It was, it's 11 years old. I took the bow to Chanel. And I was very humble. I said, listen, to my sales associate, I know, this is pre-loved. It's 11 years old. It broke. I showed it in the back. Like, if you can tell me no, it's okay. I don't expect you to repair it, to do anything. But, it's a beautiful piece. It's a very thick, beautiful silk with organza on top. It's like such a beautiful piece. And she looked at it. She's like, oh my gosh, it's the Marie Antoinette blue. She's like, I remember this bow from 11 years ago. She turns it in the back and she starts inspecting and says, oh, we can push it up a little bit. I see what we can do here. We can make it even better. We have our seamstress. She's like, yeah, we can do this. It'll be ready in a week. I'm like, no, seriously. I'm like, do I need to pay something? She's like, no. This is our silk. That's what she said. This is our silk. We're going to take care of our silk. I was like, wow. That's luxury. That bow is 11 years old. I treated it like it was a treasure, right? But she also treated it like it was a special heirloom. Oh, I get goosebumps. You see, this is what makes me love Chanel when this happens. And the fact that this is happening right now with that brand is making me very happy, because that's how I want to feel at Chanel, and I'm getting that feeling back again. I go into the boutique and I feel safe. It's my safe zone. I know it's a super expensive place and it's ridiculously, obnoxiously expensive, and yes on all accounts. But that feeling of safety and just being pampered, and knowing that also the sales associate treasures the piece just like you do. Oh, that is such a special feeling, you guys. It's hard to describe, but it's a wonderful feeling. Okay. And so I do believe we're kind of over the hill in terms of, it was insane during the pandemic. I mean, no matter how much they would increase their prices, people would still keep queuing up in front of the stores to buy their frickin' bags. Well, now that has subsided. And thank God that has subsided, because now we can focus on the good stuff that Chanel has to offer. Their textiles, their fabrics, their silks, their tweeds. No other brand does that. Other brands might try. They don't come that close, Louis Vuitton does their canvas and their leathers and their travel goods. Louis Vuitton is not a fashion brand. Don't be fooled for a second. So when I go to Louis, I don't want to buy fashion. Hermes, also not a fashion brand. I'm sorry, Hermes. I love you. But I love your leather. Hermes is good for leather. Hermes is good for, their little kind of heritage jewelry pieces. Great for their leather, horse riding gear. I adore Hermes for that. Great. Leather, for me, if I want luxury leather, I will be going to Hermes from now on, not to Chanel. Chanel is not leather. It's not, to me. I have learned my lesson. Chanel is not about the leather, just like Louis Vuitton is not about fashion and clothing. Period. We've learned our lesson. So I will go to Chanel for their costume jewelry, for their fashion, and that's where they shine. That's where they take pride. And the bow is not going to be sent away to another factory. They have an in-house seamstress that does everything, all the stitches, all the touch-ups. It's just that she has a queue of things to do before she can get to my bow, and then she's going to do the bow. So I'm not going to have to wait 6 months. When I bought the cardigan to which these buttons are from, you know how Chanel cardigans, they always have the information tag here stitched on 2 stitches, 1, 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and then there's a hole in between. So my cardigan had, this stitch came loose. And I was like, the tag is coming loose. She's like, oh, don't worry, I'm gonna take it to the seamstress. I'm like, really? Don't worry, I can also, come on, I can do that too. She's like, no, 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 no. She rushed up to the seamstress, attached it like it was never detached. She brought it back. She's like, look, is it good? I'm like, oh my God, yes, it's good. Thank you so much. Such a vibe. Such a vibe. I'm telling you, this is why I love Chanel. This is why I loved them in the past, and this is why I keep loving them now. So when I tell you don't buy their leather bags, I'm not telling you, boycott Chanel. I'm telling you, give them a chance to sell you a product you will really be happy with. Not because you can show off that, oh, look, I can afford a Chanel bag. You're going to be wearing a piece that maybe only you know it's Chanel and nobody else. But it's going to be so much more worth it emotionally than that freaking bag that, somebody can snatch off of you and run and steal while you're walking on the, outside. I don't know. And it can peel, and the leather isn't the best. They're not the best in doing leather, you guys. They're just, leather is not their heritage, period. If you really want Chanel, it's clothing and costume jewelry for me. Not even so much the shoes. I know people love their shoes. Sure. But it's the clothing and the costume jewelry. That's and perfumes, of course. Goes without saying for me. Exactly. Pau says, give them a chance on the things they really excel at. And they really, you guys, I feel so fulfilled. And it makes me so happy to wear it. I'm not stressed. I'm not stressed when I wear their clothes. Like I am always stressed when I wear their bags. Their bags are so high maintenance. They get scratched easily. They get damaged easily. It's like when you wear one of their bags, like your entire existence starts revolving around their bag because it costs too much, because it's too delicate. With the clothing, such a beautiful vibe. And when I received my the Marie Antoinette bow, I wore it. I enjoyed it so much, and the stitch popped, and they're gonna fix it. There's nothing you can't fix in luxury. Do you remember there was that one video in the Hermès ateliers, one of the artisans that does the bags and repairs the bags said, it is our prerogative to say true luxury can always be fixed. True luxury can always be repaired. You don't need to throw away a luxury piece in order to buy a new one and keep consuming and consuming. True luxury can always be repaired. And that's what I feel Chanel does when it comes to their clothing and their fabrics in general, their textile materials. I don't feel Chanel manages to maintain luxury with their leathers, because when you send off their leathers for repair, out of my personal experience, the bags that I did have issues with that they did send off for repairs, none of them came back repaired. None of them. They just came back in an even worse state than they were. But with the clothing, effortless. Such a vibe. So that's my 5 cents on there is something positive at Chanel as well. And I'm seeing a change for the better. Now that the boutiques are emptier, we are having actually more possibilities and more opportunities to spend time with the sales associate and to get to know the collection and talk about the history, the connections, what goes where, why a certain thing was done. Oh man, listen, it's such a vibe to be in a Chanel boutique and talk about the history of Chanel with your sales associate, if the sales associate knows what they're talking about. For sure, there are some sales associates who have no clue. You got to find the right one. Of course, you got to find the right one. And Grace Chen says, do the clothes go on sale? Yes, they'd go 40% off. There you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. So thumb up the video, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down below. My thought is we don't need leather from Chanel. We can get other stuff from Chanel. Get your leather elsewhere. Chanel has other much more beautiful and better things to offer. Until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Subscribe, thumb up the video. Bye. Mwah. Grace says, cool, maybe I go and have a browse. Yeah, but the sale is over at this point, I think, because the sale is only a couple of days or weeks. If some piece of clothing gets stained, can Chanel take care of it as well? No, they are not cleaning. They're not dry cleaners. No, they're not dry cleaners. Yeah, Chris, you have to kind of browse around and work with several sales associates until you find the one that really works with you and for you. And you know it. When you meet the right person, you just feel it. You just feel it. It took me a long while till I met someone where I was like, oh, okay, we click. This works. We have a similar approach, a tactile approach to things, an aesthetical approach to things, a more delicate way of seeing things. You know, we're not that quick in saying, yeah, no, buy it, whatever. No, we think things through, we analyze details. That's how I am. So when I found a sales associate that also does it like I do, then we clicked. You might be a different person. You might be the type of person who is really fast and doesn't want to go into details. There are other people like you out there also, you know, so you just have to find somebody who suits you. Now, quickly touch base on the sale situation. It's a little bit complicated with Chanel sales because they are still trying to find what works for them best. So like last season, it was on invitation only for the sale. This season, for example, shoes are in a public sale, while costume jewelry was private sale. Clothing was private sale, but if they see your body type and if they think they have a piece that might fit you, they might, while you're in the boutique shopping, they might tell you, I have something that might fit you that's on sale. They didn't do that last season. Last season was on invitation only. This season, they opened it up a little bit. And now the shoes, they're publicly on sale. So when you enter the boutique, there's one corner of the boutique where they will have like a label, like shoes are on sale 40%. And then you have the shoes that are on sale. They're visible. You can try them on. But depends a little bit at the discretion, I guess, of the region where the Chanel boutique is, and a little bit at the discretion of the management. In some boutiques, you will have access to more than just shoes on sale. In other boutiques, you won't. I think it also depends on how much stock they have left over. So it's a little bit of a hit and miss with their sales because it changes every season. It changes every season. But I've just started to go with the flow. I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, okay, if they offer me something on sale, I'm happy, but I don't push for it anymore. I just keep my mouth shut and I'm just like, okay, you know, I go over there, I buy what I want to buy. And then if in the process they tell me, by the way, there's something we got on sale. No, do you want to see it? You know, and then And then, of course, I say, yeah, of course. But if they don't offer me anything, I'm not going to say, why didn't you offer me anything? No. I don't play victim. Hey, Rach. Hi, Daco. Looking fabulous. The YouTube is fixed. Yeah. Oh, thank God, Rach. I replayed your super chat earlier on, just letting you know. The one that you sent in the pre-show, I replayed it in the main show. So I'm really happy about that. Now, the next video I want to talk to you about is also Chanel. Because I went back to Chanel. We went shopping. Well, of course, now that they're like so fabulous again, I can't not shop. So let's do an unboxing. But mind you, this is going to be partially an unboxing, but also partially a really, really nice mini retrospective. Well, I don't want to give it away just yet. We're going to film it right now. I know, Rachel. Chanel gets me in the end always as well. It's just... it's such a vibe. What can I say? So... the other luxury brands I can walk away from, but Chanel, I know I can't. And this is... and I was just talking about this with Mahora. Because Mahora just tried out Dior's latest new look perfume. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was at Chanel literally yesterday at the fashion boutique. And then I walked through and then there's a beauty counter and then there's Guerlain and then there's Dior. And I stopped at Guerlain because I had some questions there and I wanted, you know, to clear up some stuff at Guerlain. And I realized when I left, and I knew I wanted to try the new Dior perfume, but I completely forgot about. I was like standing at one counter, I saw Dior, I looked at it, but I was like, I was completely like, whatever. And then I came home and Mahora is like, hey, did you try the new Dior perfume? And I'm like, oh, yeah, you see, that counter just never really calls my name. I have to really, really think hard about it. I have to really discipline myself and be like, I have to go to the Dior counter to try the perfume. Like I really have, it doesn't come natural to me. Like it does to go to Guerlain, to go to Chanel. It doesn't come natural to me to go to Dior. I have to force myself. I literally have to force myself. Oh my God, Corey Emerson, have you seen the New Look movie yet? I am so excited to see it. Corey, are you talking about the Dior TV show from Apple TV? Or did I miss something? Is there a movie and a TV show coming out? A TV show, right? I've seen the trailer. Yes, I've seen Juliette Binoche as Coco Chanel. Honey, we are so gonna watch that show. And I have a sneaky suspicion in my case, I'm so going to hate watch that show. Maybe it's a movie, Corey. I don't know. I thought it was a TV show, but maybe it's a movie. It might be a movie. But yeah, Apple TV Plus, yeah. Rachel says about the New Look perfume, cold frankincense vibe I've heard with big aldehydes. Yeah, Mahora said it's okay. Mahora said straight up incense, Avignon dupe from Comme des Garçons, a bit more aldehydic and greener. It doesn't quite have the Comme des Garçons edge. And Avignon is one of the loves of my life. So, you know, it's like, anyway. All right. Oh my God, Corey, I would love a watch party. It's copywritten, so we can't. But uh, we would be, could you imagine us together, all of us, the Fashion Bunker, watching the Dior show? I think for us, it would be the equivalent of like straight dudes meeting up to watch like the game. And they get all, at the bar, and they get all rowdy and loud. That's good. That would be us if we would meet at a bar to watch the Dior show. But you guys, one thing is important. Don't forget, it's going to be an inspired show. Not rooted in truths or facts. They're going to change a lot of the actual history just for the purpose of making it more rowdy. Just don't forget that when you watch it. It's an inspired by actual facts show. It's not a documentary. Just be, right, pal? Perfect equivalent. Cha, Andy, I know. Could you imagine? And this is when we were watching the court case, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I felt backward. I fell back on the Karen chair. Now imagine if we watched the Dior show together. It would be rowdy. So anyway, this next video is really a cute one, I think, because it's going to showcase a little bit of history of Chanel and an unboxing at the same time. All right, let's try to do this. Hi everybody, Jacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today we have ourselves a little cute Chanel unboxing and a kind of retrospective into the history of a certain Chanel type of item. So stay tuned, because we're not going to just unbox and then call it a day, but we're going to also go into a tiny bit of retrospective of this particular artisanal way of crafting certain items. Very, very, very interesting. And of all the brands, luxury brands I know, Chanel is the only one that really does this. So before we get to it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today, gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Super Jacob, all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join the fun. Come join the chats. Hello to my chats. This is really, really beautiful. So I asked, I think 2 months ago, my sales associate, if they're going to receive this piece, and it was a no. And then all of a sudden it was oh, we got it. Do you want it? I was like, let me come in and see it. I think I do. So we're going to box. This is from the Cruise 2023-2024 collection, the Los Angeles, Venice Beach vibes, Barbie vibes. Pink is involved. So here we go. And this little piece is very, very, very cool. Very, very, very cool. Where's the, like that, upside down. So it's a tiny little thing, as one sometimes does. But, big things come in small packages, as they say. This is just another added extra into the history of Chanel craftsmanship, I believe. And a lot of people don't understand the beauty of certain pieces because a lot of people think, oh, it's just plastic. No, it's not just plastic. So I always slide these ribbons off, you know me. Preserve everything. Nothing is thrown away. So we're back to the paper camellias and cotton ribbons now that the holiday season is over. So there's no more special little, medallions and trinkets that like they give us for the holiday season. Now it's back to paper. Sustainability. So it's a classic costume jewelry box like we're used to since several years now. Although they did add... I have an older one. Oh, they did add this print at the bottom. That's new. And the print talks about recycling. It's a French text, English, and Italian. And they're kind of now indicating to you how to recycle these boxes. In the past, there was none of that. It was just a plain Chanel box. And before these boxes, even before these boxes, Chanel did these boxes with a different texture, like their shoe boxes. In the back, they were white. And they had that little tiny recycle button visible. This was back in 2005. Now, before that, even, no, that's it. Yeah, that's the one. Now, before that, even they had different boxes. We're talking 80s and early 90s, glossy, lacquered black. And then we went through this textured, almost kind of like imitation of leather. And then we came to these rubberized paper ones, which are not the best, but it is what it is. They want you to throw them away. It's like, if they're recyclable, throw them away. Just keep your product in your own jewelry container or what have you. Anyway, what they still have to change, in my opinion, so this is the information about your costume jewelry piece. What they still have to change is the quality of these plasticky things. After a couple of years, these start degrading. They become brittle. They fall apart. My tip to you, take these out and wrap your Chanel costume jewelry in white tissue paper, especially if you have glass pearls that are coated with that pearlescent finish. When this starts melting and degrading, it sticks to the glass pearls and it stains, and you cannot wash that away. Be very, very, very careful. So, you know, they pack it in this cheap rubber plastic. This is terrible. I think they should change this. Really, Chanel, this is really bad. So anyway, here it is, the reveal. Ooh. It's backwards. Oh. It is the Chanel Cabriolet with crystals pin. They call it a brooch, but in reality it's a pin. Now I did take close-up shots of this as well. So you're going to see it. Let me blend it in here. And as I blend it in, it doesn't photograph so easily and so well. So we're going to talk about the evolution now of Chanel resin. Okay, so let me shift to the side. So it's like the Barbie car, exactly. Now, Chanel resin is a very particular material. It's not transparent at the beginning. They have to polish it, and then it becomes transparent. So you layer all the textures that you need to create your resin brooch at Chanel or pin, and then you got to polish it in the end. And you got to be very careful as you're pouring it that you don't get any air bubbles. And they've mastered that craft. So this is, it's work. It's not just a pin. So you have this transparent resin, and it's quite thick. See it on the sides here. Look how thick it is. So it's a transparent resin in the back, in the front, and there's that thick white piece inside on which they have added this particular adhesive sticker type of vibe, which they don't usually use or do, but they did this by choice, not because they wanted to go cheap on it, but because they wanted that 80s comic book print vibe. Let me show you the next picture. So you can see how it looks. They've added the extra reflection of the light here on the glass of the car. That wave. There's different shades of pink here. There's one shade of pink, another shade. Here's a third. Here's a fourth. Here's a fifth. Then we got grayscale 1, 2, 3, going into black, 4. We have, oh, here's another shade of pink back there. You see what I mean? When you start zooming in, you realize, oh, hold on a minute. This is not just one pink. Then we got the 2 crystals. the two crystals are not outside of the resin. They are positioned inside of the resin. So when you go over them with your hand, you cannot touch them. They are enshrined, embedded in the resin. And the back, now this is an interesting evolution of these pins. They're so voluptuous. They're like candy. They're amazing. In the back, there is a tiny miniature little metal, and this one I did not prepare the photo. I can photograph it quickly now to show you how this thing really looks like in the back, which is insane. That is the authenticity stamp with the year, when the collection, from what year is the collection, and where it was manufactured. All of their resin is made in France. So let me zoom in. So this one is the Cruise 24. It's kind of hard to see, but it says Chanel here. The 24 is there. The letter that designates the Cruise collection. Here we have the CC copyright, registered trademark, and the made in France underneath it. This is minuscule. This is a tiny, tiny, tiny little metal. It's like a metal stamp. Now, the evolution of their resin, and it does evolve with time, even this stamp is now not external to the resin. Even the stamp is inside the resin, so it can't fall off. In the past, it used to be added on top of whatever piece they were selling. So this is kind of the current latest version of their resin. And they've opted with a printed car instead of pouring every color individually in a different resin or enamel. That's what they used to do in the past. Here they've opted for this 80s aesthetic of print, so that you see all the dots of color on this print that has been then placed on white resin and expanded with heat, with the two perforations added for the two crystals, Swarovski crystals. At least I think. Well, my sales associate said they're Swarovski crystals. So it's so tiny, but it's so detailed. It's really, 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 really... Yvonne says, makes it impossible for it to be copied, I think. It's really hard to copy this. I mean, they've perfected... Let me show you the side of this thing to just let you understand how thick it is. So we have that transparent resin top, bottom, and in between we have the white, in which you have embedded the car and the crystals. Now, let me show you the next picture. Here's the close-up. So I wanted to show you the close-up so that you can see how the gradient here. Look how detailed this is. It's like money, almost. They have grayscaled the car. It begins with this darker gray and then it fades into a lighter gray as we go here. There's a different hue of pink up there than there is here. And then they've faded that from a darker pink to a lighter pink. Same here, from dark to light. Look at this. Look at the details of how they've lined and etched all the way through the blacks. Then there's pink in the black as well. And then the two crystals. Very, 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 very interesting. And Yvonne says, I'd be afraid to put it on anything. I'd be more inclined to hoard it like a dragon with its treasures. I love their resin pins and brooches, but I'm very, very particular about which ones I buy. And now I'm going to show you my collection of resin brooches. I photographed them all up close so we can get to see the evolution. This is the latest evolution where the authenticity stamp is enshrined in the plastic. Even when we pull off the little pin part, the little needle, the bottom of the needle is also enshrined inside of the resin. So it's very, 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 very sturdy. Let me cue in the first image. Now, look at this beauty. This is a resin brooch of a Chanel for pocket jacket, the classic little black Chanel jacket. Which there it is. This little beauty, it's this tiny, right? And this one is so fascinating to me. It's also just as thick as the other one. And when you look at the side of it, like when I kind of look at it at the side cut, this little brooch, which is on a brooch, it's a brooch on a brooch, genius. This is an actual Chanel miniature brooch. This is metal, gold metal, not gold, gold toned, with a glass pearl, and it has enamel hand painted around the brooch. And then that's been enshrined inside of the resin. I mean, we're talking, people think, oh, it's plastic. Why do you want to buy a plastic Chanel? You know, it's like, it's not worth the money. I think this is an art form. Let me show you. This is the side of the brooch at this height, where the little Maltese cross is in the brooch. It's right here. Look at it. Look at it embedded inside of the resin. You see the little pearl? There's the pearl, and there's the little metal brooch. They have positioned this metal. They've made an entire brooch in miniature. They've positioned it on the black resin. Each one of these buttons is an actual button in metal. Let that sink in. And the double C's are an extra piece of metal cut in the form of a double C and then embedded into the... There, look at the buttons. Here they are. They pop out. You see them? Those are these little buttons here. And these here. It's so intricate. It's so special. So the car was a pin. This is an actual brooch because you can see it has that little needle. It's like a little piece of candy. It's so precious. So precious, and so much attention to detail, and so many steps need to be done by hand in order to make this piece. So you understand why it also costs more. Also made in France. Their resin brooches are made in France. Let me show you the next one where I hold it in my hand and you can see the size, the proportions of it, and how beautifully it kind of reflects light. It's like a piece of candy. It's highly glossy. They have to, glossify the surface to make it transparent. That's usually done by hand. But so Gladys is asking, what is the price? So their prices do go up a lot from season to season. This piece is from, what was this, 2018 or 2019? So this one was in the 460 range. Expensive. And this is why they don't sell very well, because people say, well, it's plastic. You see, it's not just plastic. Still overpriced, but I have a special fondness for Chanel resin brooches, and this is why. Liz is asking, when did I begin my collection? I began my collection around 2003. But but there have been a lot of Chanel brooches out of resin, and I am very picky. Let me show you the next one. Okay, this one is insane because it's a tiny Chanel rocket, and they have put glitter, little tiny dust. It's glitter dust, really, more than glitter, because the brooch is look at it, it's super tiny. Look how beautiful this one is. And they've poured, you have to pour this by hand. This is done by hand. Placed by hand, positioned all the colors, positioned the little pearls. This double C is metal with little crystals in it. Everything is done by hand. And then the resin goes on top. And in the back, you have that authenticity stamp right down there. I think this one was also 2017, 2018? Can't remember. I would have to look at the stamp. 2017. And they already started back then to put the stamp inside of the resin, so it cannot fall off. And this little rocket flies away. Oh, it's so cute. Isn't it adorable? And it reflects light like crazy because of all of those beautiful... Look at these. It's like glitter dust. It's like little diamonds. So obviously, as you move the rocket, it sparkles, but in such a fine, delicate way. Really, really, really gorgeous. And I can also take a picture of this one on the side for you, so that you can see how the pearls are actually protruding outwards. And there you go. I love Chanel for this. I can't tell you how much. This makes me so happy, my collector heart. So this is the side of the brooch. Bottom is black, top is transparent. Here's these little pearls. They're right here. When we zoom in, there you have it. Look at the 1, 2, 3, the 3 pearls. And then when we go up here, we see the double C. The side view of the double C in metal. So it's not just, oh, they printed a double C. No, no, no. They actually made a little tiny miniature metal double C with all the crystals in it, and then they've layered and textured the resin on top. So gorgeous. Rocket Man. Yeah, right? Reminds us of Rocket Man. Yeah. So anyway, let me show you me holding the brooch in the next picture. You get a little bit of the Chanel tweed eye palette back there. Look how beautiful this is. It's not for everyone. Not everyone likes these things. They're a little bit more whimsical. But really, really, really gorgeous. Debbie says, I'm so glad you are doing this video. I'm gaining a new appreciation for these. Gloria says, I agree, Debbie. I never knew there was such detail and care put into them. And the beauty about this is, you guys, this is where Chanel excels, because they are not tooting their own horn. They're very, very humble about this. They're not telling you in the store, look, but this is done like that, and this is amazing. They don't say these things. I'm telling you this because I've done a ton of research trying to learn about these things. Chanel is not going to be there like begging you to buy them because they're like so special and so much care went into them. These are details that you figure out if you really want to learn about these pieces. You know what I mean? And this is why when I saw the evolution of their brooch with this kind of their resin pins with this kind of new technique that they're now using of for the 80s vibe, printing the actual image but with all, look how miniature this thing is. And when you remember when we zoomed it in, how much detail is in there. It's insane. Now, Debbie, you were saying early on in the chats that you would be scared that this would yellow with time. No, it's not going to yellow in time. You just have to store it correctly. Don't store it in the sun. And why am I telling you it's not going to yellow in time? Because I'm going to show you the next one in just a second. The next one is the one that started it all for me. It's my first Chanel resin brooch from the year 2003. 2003, I think, or I think 2003. And so basically, oh my God, 2021. You got to be kidding me. This next brooch is 21 years old. Shut up. What I'm about to show you is the first resin brooch I bought at Chanel. And it's very, very special. I bought it directly at Chanel. It was $100 back then. So we've gone from $100 to now $500. So it went up but hey, 21 years it took for it to go up in price that much. The next one is my pride and joy, and you will see why. And Debbie, there's a lot of white on it, and you're going to see it did not turn yellow at all. After 21 years, it did not turn yellow at all. This is not cheap plastic. This is not cheap plexiglass. This is a special resin. Hit it, Bubbles. There she is. Coco. This is from the photo of Horst P. Horst, who took a photo of Coco in 31 Rue Cambon on a chaise longue. And that photo has been utilized a lot for Chanel costume jewelry. And this is like a piece of candy, this round resin brooch. Back then, they would still press the authenticity stamp into the plexiglass, so it can fall out. You got to be careful. It's just glued in there, but it's not covered with plexi on top. And each one of these colors is hand placed. So what I'm saying here is this is not a print of Coco with the French flag colors, you know, the French colors, blue, white, and red. But it is, each color is, it fills in basically an etching or an embossing type of style within the brooch. So it is this thick. And if we look at the brooch at an angle, when it starts reflecting the light, you notice that every color has a different level. It's like because they've been pouring it in. Also done by hand. So this is not a print that can fade. This is an actual filling. They have filled every color extra. So beautiful. It's like a piece of candy. And like I said, 21 years old, the white is white. It did not turn yellow. Let me show you the next picture, which is me holding it so you get more of the feeling of how small or big it is. There it is. That's Coco, baby. And you can see when we reflect the light how at a certain angle, you see how certain colors reflect light differently because they're more, maybe I can take a photo of it and show you. It is a fingerprint magnet because it's so glossy. It's hard to photograph it properly to show you how. That's hard to. Oh, maybe here. Okay, so here and you're going to see a little bit of my fingerprints as well. So, don't think it's a scratch. It's not. But here in this area, I managed now to reflect the light so that you can see how actually, you see how the light casts a shadow down there? That's because the red is poured here. The red is poured around that black. It's like a little island. The black is a little island, and the red is poured around the black into the little ridge, or the little tiny, yeah, like a little ridge. So the red is poured into it. So it's special. These little resin brooches are special, and there's a reason why I love them. Really, really gorgeous. There is one more that I didn't photograph, but you remember my Chanel Minaudière, also in resin. That's a huge resin piece. Now imagine why Chanel charges so much for their special Minaudières that are shaped like a car. The latest one from the cruise collection, that little kind of the Volkswagen van car, or the film camera from the Paris Rome collection, or the space shuttle bag, or the Matryoshka or the babushka bags from the Russian collection. They're made in this resin as well, and it's thick. It's a lot of resin, and everything is then hand painted. I have a music tape transparent resin brooch as well. Also this tiny, with a ton of work that went into it, because it has like several crystals placed into it, and it looks like a functioning little mini music cassette. But it is amazing. It is amazing. Debbie says the close-ups are the missing link. The close-ups are the missing link, yes, because then you really know what goes down here. It's amazing. So it's kind of sad. I wanted to make this video because I also wanted to make clear that they are special. They're not just random plastic pieces, because I often find myself in a position where, like, friends and family, they don't get it. Like, they're like, what is this? Why would you spend so much money on a piece of plastic? And it's like really hard for me to explain to people, well, it's not, sure, you could just say, yeah, it's an artificial material, it's a synthetic material, but first of all, it's beautiful to the eye. I love pop art like this. It's very pop, it's very pop art. It's like Chanel goes pop art. But it's not a simple, just here, let's throw out some junk of plastic and sell it. No, it is very specifically made with a lot of attention to detail. Not one single print is off or out of line or smudged. You know what I mean? Everything is anally perfect. And I'm so glad that I got to make this video now to show you how it is, what it means to me, why these resin pieces are so special to me. So be sure to follow me on Jacob CC, all spelled together, on Instagram. That's where I showcase my Chanel collection. And I will be showing there what I didn't show here in this video. I will be showing the resin music tape, little tiny one. You're going to see that close up. It is a masterpiece of technology, really. There's also screws involved. They had to screw stuff in that one. That one is very special. And so that little miniature resin brooch tape is going to be on Jacob CC, all spelled together. It is kind of my fan account where I showcase my collection and stuff about Chanel that I love. All photos by me. FYI. And so you get a little bit of an extra kind of expanded experience through different social medias. You get to see something that you didn't see in this video. If you are into resin brooches and resin pieces by Chanel, I'm going to showcase a little music tape there. Of course, for those of you who don't know, there is the first Minaudière from Chanel that started the Minaudière collection, that started that Minaudière kind of tradition of Karl. Every collection he would make at least one Minaudière. Well, the one that started it all was the music cassette in 2005, spring summer, which I have. Back then, they cost a fraction of what they cost today. I'm just going to leave it at that. But they were still quite hard to get. But they were not in the $20,000, $30,000 ballpark per bag. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They were more in the ballpark of the price tag of a slingback. IYKYK. Current price of a slingback. However, Chanel slingback. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It was a long video, but it's a passionate video. I think a video like this might actually, hopefully, have some sort of substance in the future if people kind of want to look back at it. And it's not just an unboxing video. It's a special addition to a tiny little resin collection that I have from Chanel. Because truth be told, it's not like I like every piece of costume jewelry that they make out of resin. The piece has to be special. And then I go for it. I'm very selective. In 21 years, I got 5 resin brooches from Chanel. I've gotten metal brooches that also have resin in them, but that's mostly a metal brooch with resin. That's different. This is, the base is resin, and then they can add some metal in it, but this is the base, like 90% of the brooch is resin. And then there's also some metal added. That's like a special thing. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you have, thumb it up, subscribe for more, and until next time, never forget to never give up on love. Bye. Mwah. What a great collection. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Jacob. This definitely was special, right, Gloria? I'm telling you. Thumb up the live stream. Thanks for sharing your personal collection. Thank you, Natasha. Yeah. Also, oh, hold on. Let me just put this one back before anything bad happens to it. Debbie, I think I'm giving Ray vibes here. No, the total geek in me. IYKYK. IYKYK. And now I'm going to show you also something really special. It doesn't fit in that video because it's not resin. Paul says, I didn't realize that they have resin brooches for a while now. Oh, yeah, they do. Oh, yeah, no, Louis, I know. Finding the car is super difficult. 1 month, 2 months took me. This I wanted to show you. It is so heavy. It is a future pearl of Chanel ring. It is so heavy. This is what they should do with their Coco Crush. There's no hollow edges or ridges or anything. This Chanel ring from, this was from the art collection. What was it, 2013? 2014? How awesome is this? Oh my God. So this one is also what, 20 years old now? No, 10 years old now, 11 years old. Can we talk It has metal double C's. There's one on this side, and then there's one on this side, and they are actually used to hold the pearl, and the pearl actually turns. It's like a little globe. I don't want to turn it, but it turns. And it's so heavy. It's like full on stainless steel, I believe, because this thing doesn't oxidize. It doesn't start smelling like metal, you know. You can wear it and it's not going to turn green. It's a conversation piece for sure. Yeah. So this is, I had to get this in my collection. When I saw this, let me take a close-up photo. Back then when it was first released, 2013, I believe. I was like, oh yeah, this is a great Chanel history piece. It's satin stainless steel, I want to say, with a super tiny double C, which is like kind of hard to see. Hold on. Okay. So let me try to show you. Oh, the green screen. Damn it. Yeah, the pearl reflects light like crazy, and since there's a green light in here, you kind of don't see it. Oh, hold on, maybe there's a better picture. No, you're not going to see anything. It's so terrible with the green screen. Well, at least you can see how the double C here protrudes. Yab says, hey, Jacob, I love the cardigan. Is it the one that says Deauville Biarritz on the back? Yes, it says Deauville Biarritz Venice. So it's a tiny little double C, and it actually holds the pearl in place, and the pearl can turn. Really, really cool. Yeah, no, Louis, you can't fidget with the pearl. You don't mess with the pearl. You don't mess with the pearl. Hey, Rosanna Navarro, how's it going, sweetie? So I wanted to show you a little show and tell moment from the fashion bunker. So you kind of get a little bit of an idea of, you know, a little bit more of an idea of my collection and how I think, like, in terms of Chanel, like what it is that calls my name. It's not the usual pieces, you know, that people usually want. You know, I usually go for the stuff that, you know, that speaks to me from a historic point of view, I guess. Not just from a, you know, let me get a Chanel piece that says Chanel. You know what I mean? That's a Mac Daddy pinky ring. Oh my God, Natasha. You look at the ball, Louis. Yes, you do. You look at the ball. You admire the poil. Yeah, Debbie, you admire the poil. Like a cigar cutter. Kind of, yeah. It has that vibe, doesn't it? So, who would have thought that in 2024 we would have actually some really nice positive content about Chanel again? Very refreshing. Very, very refreshing. I always said it to all my haters and trolls who were like, how dare you speak bad about Chanel? You're such a patty pooper. Such a patty pooper. I was like, you just clout chasing. You just want you clicks. And I'm like, no, it's not about that. It's about when they do it right, I say they do it right. When they do something wrong, I get upset. I say they do something wrong. Now they're doing something right. So we're talking about it. Speaking of doing something right, thumb up the live stream. Will ya? Do me a favor. Thumb up the live stream. And where's my little lippy? Here it is. 236 likes. There's almost 300 people watching. Let's get to 300 likes, you guys, because we're going to have ourselves a little card reading next. Bubbles. Nothing? Bubbles. Let's change to the room. Cha. Coco's room. Card reading. Bubbles. Okay. No words. All right. So anyway, this is the AI generated. If Coco Chanel were to decorate a card reading room, what would it be? You know the drill by now. We're going to read the cards of one lucky member. You got to be a tier 1 or a tier 2 member. Okay, Bubbles, nobody asked you now, seriously. You could have blended in the room when I said to blend in the room. Now she's like yussing. So this, if you are a tier 1 or tier 2 member, and if you wish to have one of Coco's original card reading moments, wait, where did I put the, oh, it's here. Then I'm going to randomly, it's not going to be random. So the first person, no, Grant is like, me, wait, you're going to win it. So basically the first person who, today, what word are we going to? I'm going to mix the cards. Okay, the first person who, in the chat, you have to be a member. The first person who drops, who writes out the word. Okay, so when you write this word, the first one who writes this word will get the reading. The word is, wait, isn't there supposed to be music with this thing? Or do I not hear the music? Oh, it broke it. And the word is one. O-N-E. The first member to write the word one gets the reading. Oh, Kev. All right, Kev won. Okay, so it's not broken. Kev. Okay. The spirits are with us. Oh, I love the smell. Ah, so amazing. Let me put it here. All right, we have activated the seance moment, the cartomancy moment. Kev, think about the question you wish to ask. And okay, Z-Girl13 says I was first. How are you first? You didn't answer the question first and you're not a member. You can't get a girl. Kev is like, where is this path taking me? Can you be a little bit more specific? Like, it's a very abstract question. It needs to be a little bit more defined. Like, what is this path that you're talking about? If you don't want to share what path it is, it's a little bit difficult for the cards. You have to be honest to the cards. And yes, it's just for funsies. Just to be very clear, you guys, it's just for fun. This is not, you know, don't take it seriously. It's about the career transition that I have made last year. Okay, so the question that Kev is asking is the career transition that Kev has made last year, where is this going towards? Is it going to be, like, do you want to know if it was a good choice? If your decision was a good decision, or if the switch to the new career is going to be successful? Yes, what does the future hold if I continue? Gotcha. That's the question. All right, I'm cutting the cards now, and give me a number from 1 to 36. 23. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, baby. Oh! Well. You're not going to see the card because it's all green. We've had it with Vel the other time. But you know what this means. It's the garden. These are the cards that Chanel had in 31 Rue Cambon. And still has and uses. And I actually have here, we took a photo of the card. I can take another photo because I can't find it now. And I'm going to turn it into black and white so that you can see it without the green screen. Okay, there you go. It's the garden. The card is number 20, the garden. The garden is a special environment. It tells us a tale of community, event. You will be popular. You will deliver performance. And you will utilize culture to get to your goal. The garden also is pure creativity. It predicts a joyful entry into a noble and great society of which the questioner wishes to be a part of. So if this card, okay, but this we cannot do because we're not doing the 36 cards laid out. We're doing the shorter version of it. But it's explaining to me that if this card is located near the personal card, which we didn't pull a personal card, so forget about it. It's literally telling me your choice was the right choice for now. And it's also telling me that this garden is a garden that you are building. You are planting the plants. You are setting up the environment, the architecture of it, the landscape art of this garden. You're setting it up. So it's also going to be a creative place where your colleagues and other people from work are invited, and they will also rejoice in the splendor that you're creating for others. So it's a really good card. There you have it. Selena says, you have the right bush. Basically. There you go, Kev. I hope you enjoyed the read, little tiny mini Coco read. Lenormand read, but inspired by Coco. And of course, Kev's bush is always full. Oh, good to know, Kev. So that was a special moment. Aish always says to knock on the cards after. Thank you, cards. Thank you so much. And let me light a match. I'm so bad at this. Hold on. Oh, it's because, okay, I'm on the wrong side. And thank you, cards. We're done with the reading. And just like that, we're back. So, you guys, I'm like, this sweater is like, at this point, it's just, I look like a Skeksis from the Dark Crystal. Kev, you got to stay fresh. You got to stay fresh. So there you have it. Next live stream, we're going to do another little reading if you like it, if you enjoy. And but for now, thank you, mods, for keeping us
Special
safe.
thanks to the mods in the fashion bunker. Thanks to Debbie, Jesus, Creation, Nicole, Kevs, and Gloria. Bubbles loves you.
Thank you, mods. And we should we'll go. We should we'll go. Let's we'll go, y'all. The pink emoji. Everybody's like, hit it, Bubbles.
Would go, would go, would go, would go, would go. Would go, would go, would go, would go, would go. Would go, would go, would go, would go, would go, would go. Would go, 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 would go.
What will go? Who will go? What did you just call me? Oh man, I guess I'm just living ferret. What can I tell you? These cathartic live streams always like make me feel so special after they're over because like we really go on a journey every single time, and I'm living ferret every single time. Hit it, Bubbles.
I'm living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret.
And of course, we also die in ferret because, you know, we'll go.
Nine ferret, nine ferret, nine ferret, nine ferret, nine ferret.
Cha. Speaking of cha, yeah, it's Predator Baby Yoda, baby. What? Where's your best friend? Where's Frankenstein? Where's Nana the bear? They left? Did you kick them out? Did you eat them? Why did you kick them out? You got to get them back, you know. Well, I want to see them back by next Wednesday. You can't just kick out Nana the bear and Frankie. It's not cool. It's not cool. Baby Yoda, you're terrible. Because you want to eat all the cookies and the nuggets by yourself. Yeah, there. Okay. Cha, hit it, Bubbles.
Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ciao.
Oh, the chillins. The chillins. The chillins. It's always the same story. Baby Yoda wants to rule the world. Sometimes I have the feeling that the whole fashion bunker saga and all the live streams, it's like a telenovela, and we're all just a part of Baby Yoda's big master plan to rule the galaxy. And just like that, another live stream is over. Thank you guys so much for your love and support, for being so patient. I haven't been like the healthiest today, so I'm a little bit more slow than usual, so my apologies. But last live stream on Wednesday was 8 hours long, so I think we did it, Joe, with our, now what is it, 3 hours, and we did almost 4 hours pre-show. So I've been like hustling today a lot. So I need to get a little bit of rest. And T-Pal says, thank you, Jacob, so much. You are my friend, and I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you too, sweetie, darling. And let me remind everybody again. Let me show T-Pal's company. Where did it go? I took a screenshot. There you go. Teton Trade Cloth by Lenape at www.tetontradecloth.com. This is where you can get T-Pal's wonderful, wonderful fashion creation, the magic, the art. You know, you don't just limit it to, oh, Native American heritage. No, this is art, period. The world needs to see. Teton Trade Cloth by Lenape, reproduction trade cloth, and trade beads. At Teton Trade Cloth by Lenape, we are literally searching the world over to bring the finest in materials for the creation of heirloom quality American Indian artwork. We are proud to offer 100% wool, trade cloth, trade beads, and other rare finds. Down here, TetonTradeCloth.com. Be sure to check out the website and order the wonderful, wonderful pieces that you can find there. I've heard that the blankets are very popular. Everybody was buying blankets today in the Fashion Bunker, so I'm super, super happy. T-Pal, I hope that there's some numbers coming in that, you know, there's some orders that you guys can prepare and send out and get the ball rolling, you know, and we can keep reminding people always to go check up on your website. In Bartlesville, Oklahoma, Indian Territory, USA, baby. That's where you get it. Gladys says, when is the next one? The next live stream is on Wednesday, if I am healthy enough by then. Fingers crossed I am. T-Pal, you are our family too, my love. Yes, you are. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, so much. Love you loads. Love this community. Love the fact that everybody's so loving and warming and embracing. Oh, Teresa lives in Stillwater. You got to meet up. Tifa says, we will send you a blankie if you get sick. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone. Love you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Have a wonderful beginning to the new week. Never give up on love. And don't forget to meet together next Wednesday in the Fashion Bunker. Love you loads. Thumb up the video and subscribe. Never give up on love. Bye. Mwah.